Hello and welcome back to the Global Cloud Training video series. In this video, we're going to show you how to create a template. A template is a container that can have one or multiple images. When creating an event, you must designate a template to be assigned to the event. As you can see here, we've logged in as D. Wilson, who is our Management Console user, and we will be using this account for this demonstration. Now, let's begin creating that template. Click on Templates and select the region where you wish to create it. To create an event within a region, you must have the corresponding event template stored within that same region. As you can see, we currently have two activated regions, providing the flexibility to create the template in either of these regions. For this demo, we're going to choose US East. And now we're going to choose the Create button. After choosing the Create button, we have multiple options to choose from. The Custom button, when selected, will show us all of the custom images that we've created in that region. Anytime we create custom AMI images at AWS, they will be available here for selection when creating new templates. As you can see, we have not yet created any images, but we will come back to check on this after we create a custom template in a future video. Now, the Image ID button is when you have an AMI ID and you want to search for it in that region. You can enter the ID in this field and it will display it here. The Windows button will display all of the Windows-based AMIs that are available in that AWS region. And the Linux button will display all Linux-based AMIs located in this same region. So, for this demo, we're going to choose the Windows button and then search for and choose the 2022 English full base image. Perfect. Now let's add that here. Next, we're going to choose the Linux button and then search the results for a specific Linux AMI. There it is. Now let's add this second image. And once we have completed adding all the required images, let's click the next arrow. Good. Now let's select the first image. As you can see, there's multiple fields that we can fill out here. The user data field is used when you need to incorporate a script into the image during startup to perform additional configuration of the operating system if needed. And here in this next field, we need to select how many CPUs we want to have allocated to this image. For this demo, we're going to choose 2 CPUs. This will pull up the catalog of all the instant types available from AWS with 2 CPUs. So as you can see here, we have the C5 Large, which has 2 CPUs and 4 gigs of RAM. You can click to the right if you would like to see the other options that are available, like network performance or number of disks. For this demonstration, we're going to use the C5 Large. And down here, we give you information on how much this particular instance type will cost on a per 1, 8, 24, or 40-hour duration. This can also help in your decision on which type of instance you would like to have allocated for this template. Here we're going to choose the Select button. Now you can see that the instance type is C5 Large with 4 gigs of RAM. Good. For the volume size, we are going to go ahead and choose the minimum of 30 gig. You also have the option of adding more volumes if required, but for this demo, we're just going to keep our single volume. Now we will add this image to the configuration. Next, we are going to click on the Linux image and configure it with 1 CPU and select an instant type and 130 gig volume. Perfect. And finally, we're going to click Configuration Complete. All right. Now we're at the final page. Up here, we give you the summary of all the resources that this particular template will be consuming. Given that we have multiple images or virtual machines in this template, these are collectively computed to provide a comprehensive summary of the resources consumed by this template. Now, let's give this template a name. Let's name it Demo Template, and for the description we will just type, "This is for the demo." And here are the catalog selections. We need to specify which catalog we want this template to reside. Since this template is not ready for production yet, we want to select the development catalog. And here we have a network assigned. The IP addresses are assigned over here. Since we have multiple virtual machines, we must assign a different IP address for each VM. Here, we see the name is inheriting the full name of the image, so just to make things a little bit easier on the eyes, we're going to go ahead and shorten this a bit. Let's type Windows Server, and let's shorten the Linux server name too. Now, let's go ahead and check over the template configuration. All looks good, so let's go ahead and save. All right. Now we can go and take a look at our template and see it in our development catalog by clicking the Edit Template button. And there it is. If we click on the template, we can see we have our Windows and Linux servers down here. We also can see the image ID here if you needed to find it at AWS. This Prepped button is letting you know whether the template has been marked as prepped or not. When a template includes a Windows server, it's necessary to prepare it by configuring the operating system to initiate properly during the next power cycle. This will allow the students to seamlessly log into the server desktop without adding their credentials multiple times. We will be demonstrating this in a future video. Finally, you can modify the virtual machine's instance type using the drop-down menu provided. This enables you to fine-tune its performance as required. The next button is the Delete option. This is where you would simply come in and choose the template that you would want to delete. Deleting the template does not delete the AMIs associated with the template. Multiple templates can contain the same AMI images, so we don't want to risk breaking any other templates that rely on the same images. The Copy button is a highly valuable feature, especially when dealing with events that span across multiple regions. Event spanning occurs when you have an event with students located in different geographical regions, such as some in the Americas and others in Europe. In such cases, you aim to have all students attend the same event while connecting locally to their training resources. For instance, if your base template for the event is in the US East region, similar to the template we just created, you'd want to duplicate it to the London region to make it accessible to students located there. When you create the event, you can then specify in the GCT console how many students are in the US East region and how many are in London. All students will be seamlessly integrated into the same event, but they will connect to their respective regions to access their training resources. A very nice feature. To copy it, we would come up here to Development, we would select the template, and we would copy it. Now, as you can see here, the warning is telling us that the template cannot be copied. It reads, "This template serves as a foundational provider template and is protected from direct duplication. To replicate or relocate it, the necessary course of action involves generating a distinct custom template derived from this source. This procedure entails initiating an event using this template and subsequently preserving a user application as a new custom template. No worries." This is something that we're going to demo in a future video. This warning is just letting you know that this template has not been prepared and should not be copied to other regions for use until it has been customized and prepared. When a base template is copied to a new template, the GCT console will group them together and will know how to create the event and assign the regional students to their resources. And next, we have the Import button. This feature enables you to import images that you've uploaded from sources outside of AWS. When this feature is activated, you will be provided with access and secret keys. These keys allow you to transfer your images via FTP to an AWS S3 bucket. Once your images have transferred to the bucket, GCT will list them here, allowing you to import them as custom images that can be utilized in your training events. And the final button here is just for clearing any configurations if needed. In the next video, we're going to create an event using this template so we can prepare and customize it for use in a multiple region environment. And this concludes our tutorial on how to create templates. Thank you for watching.